What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Edge ready for retirement, the real reason why WWE wants to go TV 14, Trish has a showdown with Bayley, WWE superstar springs to Roman's aid at a live event, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. But now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Edge readying for retirement. At top of the news today is a recent comment from Edge that has some fans wondering whether the Hall of Famer is contemplating retiring after his colossal comeback in 2020 at that year's Royal Rumble. Edge recently spoke with Bleacher Report about his current run, noting, "This run, I feel I've been able to do some of that. To me, that has been one more layer on this cake that was already tasty anyway. I'm enjoying and soaking in every moment with the complete realization that it's gonna end soon. I know the end is in sight and I can see it, and because of that, it makes me enjoy it more." Edge's 2020 comeback was slowed down after he suffered a torn tricep at 2020's Backlash, an injury which kept him out of action for 7 months. While Edge's return has been hampered by erratic heel turns, the WWE Universe seems to be enjoying his run regardless of how strangely he's been booked. The Rated R superstar is set to battle Damian Priest on the 22nd August edition of Raw, with some believing the show will see an appearance by Edge's wife Beth Phoenix. Edge is vowed to end the Judgment Day. The very group he created should be interesting, but will it lead to the group's destruction or the end of his WWE comeback? Next up, Booker T's subtle slam of CM Punk. Booker T recently commented on the backstage situation involving AEW World Champion CM Punk, and while Booker T kept things close to the vest, his comments sound like a subtle slam towards Punk. Don't take our word for it, but hear what the two-time WWE Hall of Famer had to say during an episode of his Hall of Fame podcast. "I'm not surprised. I've been in the locker room with him. Everything that we're hearing in the news right now on social media, I'm not surprised one bit. I know the fans really love CM Punk. They got some kind of love affair with this guy. I've said it before that CM Punk has the ability to make fans feel a certain way about him, and those fans have followed him forever." Now, if you've been keeping up with our latest wrestling news and rumors, and now we not only offer you our vibrant videos, but our wonderful website where we keep you up to date on the grappling game, you know that the AEW locker room is said to be boiling over with backstage heat, some of which rumor has it is due to beef between CM Punk and Hangman Adam Page. Now, we're not going to put words into King Booker's mouth, so sit back while we recount what else he said. It was on that 8-year ride, the 8-year hiatus waiting on him and holding on to that hope that he'll come back. Finally he comes back, and now we see that it's not about wrestling. Let's just say that, it's not about wrestling at all, it's about being in the right situation. The master of the Spinneroonie went on to compare the situation involving Punk with that of MJF. If Tony can let him have that, great, it's fine and dandy for CM Punk, but I'll tell you right now, there's a reason why we haven't seen MJF. He falls under the same umbrella as far as, man, to hell with that. I'm one guy that doesn't have to take it, you know what I mean? Now, as you viewers know, we analyze the news and rumors, so right now we're going to take a step back and look at the Punk situation, especially in light of Booker's comments. You may recall that when rumors arose that CM Punk threatened to walk out on Dynamite, that some pundits immediately recalled his walkout on WWE, suggesting he's ready to hit the bricks if things don't go his way. If the rumors of the backstage heat are correct, this is doubly dangerous because Punk holds the AEW World Championship, and it'll be problematic if he walks out with the belt, especially since AEW kept the belt on him after his recent foot injury. Listening to Booker's comments, you can't help but note a bit of criticism towards Punk. What do you think of his comments? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, the real reason why WWE wants to go TV 14. What's going on with the recent rumor that the WWE was changing its product from TV PG to TV 14? While it's believed that the announcement was made prematurely, there's still talk that the WWE is changing its content in the near future. In fact, some fans have noticed an edgier product following Triple H's assumption of the WWE's creative department. As we pointed out during our discussion of the potential change, the shift to TV 14 is largely meaningless as there's no clear-cut rules across the cable industry stating what is allowed with TV 14 and what isn't allowed with TV PG. Individual networks could have internal rules, however, and Fig 4 Online's Brian Alvarez believes that there is a reason for the pending change. During an audio show, Alvarez noted that some fans' chants were muted during the NXT Heatwave special, and that the chants wouldn't be muted if that was rated TV 14. Honestly, one of the reasons they wanted to go TV 14 was because they're sick of having to edit out these chants. As Wrestling News' Paul Davis pointed out, there's no exception that the product will go back to the Attitude Era days, but a TV-14 rating would allow them more freedom to relax some of their rules for the storylines and promos. When do you guys think the WWE will implement these changes, and will it improve its product? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, WWE trademarks a name for Bayley's new faction. Bayley's new faction with Dakota Kai and Io Sky seems to be getting over with the WWE Universe, but what exactly is the group's name? While Bayley and company have used the word control in their social media posts, a recent trademark filing by the WWE suggests what the group's official name is going to be. Wrestling News' Paul Davis was reporting that WWE trademarked the term damage control on 17th August 2022. Bayley then recently tweeted damage control with a picture of her, Kai and Sky standing over a defeated Dana Brooke, so it looks like that name is official. Now for those wondering why the WWE actually trademarked CTRL rather than Control, it's believed that the damage control name is already owned by Marvel. If you're a Marvel Comics fan or a fan of the Marvel film and TV franchises, you know that Damage Control is an agency that appears in the comics and has appeared in several films and TV series, including the recent Ms. Marvel series on Disney+. Next up, Trish Stratus has a showdown with Bayley. Speaking of Bayley, the leader of Damage Control had a run-in with Trish Stratus at the WWE's recent live event in Canada. Ringside News detailed what happened at the event, saying, during the show, Alexa Bliss and Asuka ran down to make the save after Bayley and Dakota Kai attacked Bianca Belair during a match with Io Sky. Trish Stratus was also present in the ring for good measure. Trish trash tweeted Bayley with some pictures from the fracas. Looks like we took control of the situation, huh? As we noted earlier this week, she was scheduled to appear at 2 live events in Canada, with Bayley making some snarky social media messages about how she was the reason fans would want to attend the live event, not Trish. It's become common for wrestlers to call out legends when they make an appearance, and while this often doesn't lead to anything but an in-ring confrontation, fans have seen legends step up to answer a challenge. You may recall Lita battled Becky Lynch last year, and Bayley's comments towards Trish have fans wondering whether the two could wrestle. With Trish ready to appear on tomorrow night's Raw, don't be surprised to see Trish and Bayley have another confrontation. And finally, WWE superstar springs to Roman's aid at a live event. And last but not least, you never know what can happen at a live event, as seen by a recent live event in Ottawa, Ontario. The Canadian live event featured a triple threat match between undisputed champion Roman Reigns, Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. During the bout, Sheamus' fellow brawling brutes Ridge Holland and Butch got involved, attacking the tribal chief. Unfortunately for Reigns, the Usos were nowhere to be found, as for a possible reason why, check out our recent news video. So aspiring Bloodline member Sami Zayn came to Roman's rescue, allowing the head of the table to secure the win. While it remains to be seen how seriously Roman is going to take Sami's bid to join the Bloodline, Zayn has been putting his body on the line, taking a claymore for Reigns on the 19th August SmackDown and saving Roman here. The WWE deserves credit for how it's allowed this story to play out and capture the fans' interest, as they wonder if this is part of a long-awaited babyface turn for Sami Zayn. But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.